Alright, welcome to another special edition of Zombie Apocalypse Diaries. Today we're going to talk about a specific zombie. This zombie is none other than Senator Dianne Feinstein. She is the senior senator of California, of course. She's the wealthiest senator in the Senate, and has been taking advantage and exploiting the citizens of the United States since, probably since she was born, since she is a zombie, a primary zombie. Mrs. Feinstein, in her capacity as senator, is obligated to assist her constituents with federal agencies, as indicated on her website. I have requested her assistance in the past and presently, and her history has been extremely checkered. In dealing with her in my initial efforts with Wolf Recovery, actually when I had a different name, she was somewhat helpful. She sent a letter to the U.S. Forest Service or somebody for me, and they actually responded. So, yeah, she was somewhat effective and useful back in the, I think this was early 2000, 2001, something like that. But after that, things got a little, zombie-like. I faced discrimination from the Public Housing Authority in Humboldt County. I tried to file a discrimination complaint with HUD. HUD discriminated against me in the processing of the complaint. So I requested assistance from Senator Feinstein. I told her that HUD was discriminating against me in the process of a discrimination complaint and asked for assistance in getting this discrimination issue dealt with. She wrote a letter to the Housing and Urban Development Department, HUD, asking them if they were discriminated against me, and sent me a copy of that letter and their response, in which she sent me a copy of their response, which indicated that no, they weren't discriminated against me, and her response was, "See, there you go, we've helped you." That was how she dealt with the HUD discrimination against me in filing a discrimination complaint against a housing authority. Okay, so last January, I found out that the Social Security disability owes me $10,436. It was set aside to pay attorneys. No attorneys represented me in my cases. I had two cases. I represented myself in both cases. The judge, the administrative law judge, indicated that there was no representation. There's no reason this money should have been even set aside. It was set aside and left set aside until I discovered this 2 years after my cases were finished, 2.5 years. I requested the money immediately of Social Security. Of course, they don't do anything, so I immediately requested assistance from Senator Crapo's office, who had been helping me before. Well, they told me that since I was in California and had been for over a year, that they would not be able to help me, that it was time to get Senator Feinstein or Boxer to help. So I tried to get a hold of Senator Boxer, never heard of anything back. Got a hold of Senator Feinstein. They said they'd send a form. 3 months later, I'm forgetful and whatnot, I call him back, "Where's the form?" It took them 4 months, actually, to get the form to me, finally, so that I could request their help. So this was April. They get back to me in July and tell me that they'll get back to me in 6 to 8 weeks. 16 weeks later, I still haven't heard anything back, and I call them, and they tell me, "Oh, well, the person who was doing that is gone, so we'll reassign it and have that person contact you." Oh, they wrote me a letter in December telling me that they hadn't heard anything back yet. And I called them last Friday, this is the end of January, and asked what the status was. "Oh, we sent you a letter in December, told you what the status was." Well, that was 2 months ago. I'd like to know what the status is now. Well, that's the last thing we've heard. Well, I want you to call them and find out what's going on. And it fucking starts an attitude with me. This freaking intern starts an attitude with me. And tells me, "Oh, I understand your frustration." No, honey, you don't understand my frustration. You're listening to someone who's asking for money that's been waiting from you guys since July. But you don't know that I've been waiting for this money since 2002, when I first became disabled. So do you understand my frustration, honey? Fuck, no you don't. Okay, now, you're a zombie. You're working for a primary zombie. You're just a slave to a primary zombie. who thinks she can run this country the way she wants to and fuck everybody else. You know what, Senator Feinstein? Your days are gone. Numbered. You're not going to get reelected, period. I'll see to it personally if I have to. I'll take your position if I have to. But your days are gone. They're numbered. You're no longer going to be a senator because people are going to see past your bullshit. They're going to see that you're a primary zombie, that you don't do shit for anybody except yourself and your dear husband. And I doubt you do anything for your dear husband. I think you have your dear husband do things for you. Because you are the primary zombie. You're one of the rare female primary zombies, too. Vindictive bitch is the best description I can come up with for primary female zombies. That's what you are. A vindictive, manipulative fucking bitch, Senator Dianne Feinstein. So you've been called out as a fucking zombie. So, are you going to continue to be a zombie, or are you going to submit to conversion? Because we'd like to have a human being there instead of you.